What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's PFL main event for the heavyweight championship between Francis Ngannou and Renan Ferreira. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. This Saturday, we got Francis Ngannou making his heavily anticipated debut against Renan Ferreira for the PFL championship. Now, it's been a while since we've seen Francis fight MMA. He left the UFC after contract negotiations broke down, had his, signed with the PFL. They allowed him to do his little bit of experimenting in the boxing world. Had that fight with Tyson Fury, where a lot of people thought he won. He lost the split decision. I thought he won the fight, but it is what it is. He went into a whole other world for his debut and had a close fight with probably one of the pound for pound heavyweight greats, right? Then followed that up in a fight where Anthony Joshua went out there and just totally exposed him. He went out there prepared, precise, tactical, technical, and just put Francis away, right? Well, now he's coming back and fulfilling his obligations with the PFL, and he's fighting their current champion, Renan Ferreira, right? And with Renan Ferreira, 34 years old, he's just tall, long, and lanky for a heavyweight, 6'8". The guy's bigger than Francis, which is weird to say. Explosive, unpredictable, athletic, good submissions, one-touch knockout power. He's really good at catching guys at the end of his strikes, creative strikes. And I think that could be Francis's big problem is definitely in that first, 3 minutes, 2 minutes where they're kind of feeling each other out because Renan, he's very unpredictable and explosive. And where Francis, where he hasn't been in a cage in a long time, that could definitely, ring rust can definitely be a factor. And also with him taking the knockout loss to Joshua, having some of the personal issues that he's had, as much as I don't want to highlight it, it's a reality. And he did lose his daughter back in April. So that, all of that stuff, all that stress, him losing in boxing, coming back to MMA, he's 38 years old. He just lost his daughter. That could be a big reason as to why there's not a lot of promotion going into this fight as well. Maybe they're trying to just let him go in there and not have too many distractions for his debut. But business-wise for PFL, that makes no sense, right? But that, for me, is a possible reason. Maybe they're paying Francis so much money for this fight, they don't really have much of an opportunity to promote the fight. But I feel like they have enough names and backing within the PFL organization to still put out good press, right? But with Francis, I don't know, obviously his keys to victory here against Renan, he has to know who he is. Know that he's been there, he's done that, he's fought the best of the best within the UFC. That's always been the whole question with UFC and these other organizations. Who has the best crop of talent? UFC has always been second to none ever since they bought Pride. It's always just it's UFC and everybody else, right? And this fight here definitely can solidify that. But I think that Renan Ferreira is easily probably one of the most legitimate guys to come out of PFL that have not been a UFC veteran, right? And all of his wins, they're all against guys who are not big names. And his most recent big win over Ryan Bader, obviously, an older Ryan Bader, much smaller Ryan Bader, a former light heavyweight Ryan Bader. So, resume speaking, he hasn't fought the best of the best. And here he gets his opportunity to fight very well, possibly the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time in Francis Ngannou, the scariest at least. So to sit there and say that Renan Ferreira does not have a puncher's chance in this fight is wild and is crazy and is asinine. Because anything can happen at heavyweights, and especially with Francis being 38, he's taken time off from the cage, he's taken some damage, his confidence has taken a bit of a hit, he's had some personal life issues. There's a whole lot of stuff playing into this fight for Francis Ngannou. It's just weird that there really is a lack of promotion. It's strange to me. It's your cash cow. So it's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. But nonetheless, big fight. I'm excited for it. I got Francis. I just think that he just needs to show his wrestling, give Renan something to think about, to just give him a little bit of hesitancy in his step to let Francis capitalize and work his fight and fight his fight. But nonetheless, I think that Francis is going to go out there and get the victory over the PFL champion, Renan Ferreira. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think Francis is going to get it done? Or do you guys think that Renan is going to show that the PFL heavyweight division is just a little different than the UFC's? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, that's going to do it for today. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go fight, fans.